Okay, everyone, here we go. Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. This is the Porter County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's Tuesday, April 19th, a little past 10 o'clock, and we're going to move right into the consent agenda. Melanie.
Approval of payroll, March 18th, April 1st, April 15th, 2022. Approval of claims, March 17th, March 31st, April 7th, April 14th, 2022. Approval of minutes for February 22nd and March 15th, 2022. Treasurer's monthly report, March 31st, 2022, filed.
Okay, up next is Artistic Services Agreement, and I'll just read that, Laura. It's the Valparaiso Community Band. And I got a question. What does the band do, Scott? What? If you want, I just thought that was interesting when I saw that. I just thought I'd ask.
Sure.
Scott McDonald, Memorial Opera House.
That's me. It is the Valparaiso Community Band. They're hosted out of Valparaiso University. We've had a relationship with Professor Dobler there for about 10 years. And they come and they do a free concert at the theater for the community, and it is also a food drive for one of the local food banks. I don't know which they've selected, but they collect canned goods. That's the cost of admission. So
Everybody come.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you,
absolutely.
Scott. All right. Just wanted to know what that was about. A little bit different than what I thought. So thank you. That's our consent agenda. I'll throw it to the floor for action.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second for our consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. We're going to move right into the commissioners' part of the agenda here. We have an appointment of a citizen to the Plan Commission Board. It must be of a Democrat affiliation. The appointee will complete the term of Michael Marachna, which ends December 31st, 2022, the end of this year. So I'll throw that out. Do we have any?
We did not receive any applications for that.
We did not receive any applications.
I am worth it. What'd you say?
We did receive one this morning,
This morning.
but we didn't get a chance to look at it.
For the airport board?
No, this is for the Plan Commission. The airport board's up next on the agenda.
When's our next meeting in May?
May 17th. We're just going to have to punt till the next meeting. Do we have to take action, Scott, or just
No, just leave it open until.
leave it open? Okay.
The next meeting.
Okay. All right, next up on the appointment is we have appointment of a citizen to the Airport Authority Board. Must be of a Democrat affiliation, and this will complete the term of the late Bob Paparad, which ends June 30th, 2024.
Motion to appoint Matt Soliday.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for Matt Soliday to the Airport Authority Board. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. And then we have a citizen's appointment of Don Ensign to the Hebron Economic Development Commission. And that is a appointment that the county commissioners make. Seems a little bit out there, but we checked it all out, and so that is who they put forward as their appointment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for Don Ensign to be put on the Hebron Economic Development Commission.
Good choice.
Yep, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign, motion carries. I'd also like to point out that Don also serves on the Porter County Redevelopment Commission too. So, little plug for Don. Next up, GIS. Come on up, guys. We're going to talk about the property and casualty insurance renewal rates for Porter County government for 2022, 2023. And we have a dollar amount there on the agenda, and we'll get into what that premium, how we got to that premium. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mark Barrett with General Insurance Services. Just want to go into the renewal process. This year, we got obviously renewal terms from Liberty Mutual. We also received word from Travelers that they regretted losing you a few years ago and wanted to quote this year. So we got terms from them. And then also for just display purposes, illustrate what an all-lines aggregate program might look like. Not necessarily sure that's something ready for now, but it might be something to look at down the road. So I'll let Matt go into the results of what we able to receive from our carriers.
So as a market whole in the public entity space, we're seeing about 8 to 15% as a whole. And that's pretty much in line with what Liberty Mutual, came back with. As Mark mentioned, Travelers came back into the picture, and because the county has been performing extremely well in terms of losses and loss control, they were very aggressive, so much so that it was a low single-digit percentage over the expiring and a double-digit percentage over the renewal from Liberty Mutual. So overall, they came forward with that, plus an agreement in writing if the county meets a certain loss ratio threshold, that they will keep a maximum of 3% rate for the next 2 renewal terms.
Yeah. And this is a very rare commitment.
Yeah,
Very rare.
very rare.
Yeah.
And again, if it's over that certain threshold, doesn't mean that it all holds apart. It means that if you're still profitable, you're still going to keep that low increase.
Right.
So just for the pleasure of the press and the people in the audience, could you give us our last year's premium for Liberty, then give us their renewal, and then tell us how Travelers then came in with their quote? Because I want to see, I think the numbers speak as to what's going on out there and how we've performed here, so.
The expiring Liberty Mutual lines were about $940,000 once annualized. The renewal came in about $1,020,000, and Travelers then came in at $899,000.
Yep. So that's a triple rate, they're A-rated, triple A-rated, or?
Yes.
Yeah, triple A-rated
Plus.
Travelers Plus, right.
Plus.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Compared to the fact, too, I'm going to give everybody a little history lesson here. When we switched to GIS about 5 years ago, our premium in this category was right around 1.7 million. So that's where we were just a few short years ago. And so I think it's good news, and we're moving to a better carrier.
Right, and we've had 2 years with each, and I think we feel pretty comfortable with Travelers Claim Services better than Liberty Mutual.
Yep. We've had Travelers in our hotel business, and they're the best. I mean, top notch out there in this world. So, yep. Any other questions of the board?
You know, 5 years now you've been with us?
This is going into our 5th year, yes.
So I think I assume correctly that we have more employees, things are more expensive,
Bigger budget.
yet we're running leaner than we did 5 years ago.
Correct.
I think that speaks a lot of the work you guys have done.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'd also like to thank our different departments, the highway, buildings, facilities, because I know they've been meeting for the last 3 years on workman's comp issues. I know that was a real issue the county had, and we've really worked on trying to
Yeah, the workers-
control that cost and our safety when the guys are out there working, so,
Yeah, the workers' comp's really in a good place right now.
yeah,
Very good.
so,
The one I'd like to point out is that our expiring Liberty Mutual premium for the automobile coverage was $234,202. Our renewal is $223,955. I know we have more vehicles than we did a couple of years ago. And this says a lot about the employees' use of the automobiles, because it wasn't too many years ago we were having some concerns over the loss ratio, so things have really come into good focus. And again, everyone else was, not everyone, but the average was what, somewhere between 8 and 13% rate hike for
Yes.
across the board because for like-kind things like county municipalities. So the fact that we were able to get back to travelers and have a reduction is pretty extraordinary.
Well, there was a lot of work done, there was a lot of work done on this board, a lot of work done on your side. I mean, we come in 5 years ago and we had everything audited and asked for everything to be cleaned up, which we've done, so, thank you.
All good news.
Department heads have been wonderful to work with.
It's been a great team effort.
Definitely.
So this is this is before us today. This is our renewal for our annual premium, and that's what we're here to act on today.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the renewal for the property and casualty insurance for Porter County government for 2022-2023. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Next up, Health Department. Letty Zepeda. And these are, can we vote on these all at once?
Don't they need
No, we have,
hearings?
yeah.
No, second reading.
There's second reading, but do them one at a time.
Okay.
Forget about that.
Morning, Letty. So what we have here, these are some funds that we've established at our last meeting on first reading with public comment. And these are ordinances, this ordinance will establish a fund, and it's the fund is to receive funds and grants that go into these accounts that can only be used for that money only. That's why you create these accounts. First one is an ordinance to establish a Fund 8911 for the receipt of funds from COVID-related grants pertaining to immunization and vaccines for children in the amount of $345,894.75. So that's second reading. We'll throw it up to the board for action.
Motion to approve on second reading?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries. Next up on second reading, we have another ordinance to establish a Fund 8912 for the receipt of funds from COVID-related grants pertaining to epidemiology and laboratory capacity for infectious disease in the amount of $100,000. And that's second reading also. I'll throw it to the floor for action.
Motion to approve on second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. And the last ordinance on second reading is to establish a Fund 8913 for the receipt of funds from COVID-related grants pertaining to workforce development COAG in the amount of $440,000. And this is second reading as well, too.
Motion to approve on second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Letty.
Quick,
We got.
while you're here.
Yeah.
I've had several calls about the booster shot. Are you doing those on walk-in, or do people need to make appointments?
Appointments, because we want to make sure that we don't open up vials and then people not show up and then we have to waste it.
Makes sense.
So we're taking appointments.
Just wasn't sure
Yeah.
what to tell them.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And just call downstairs.
Yes, we're doing Tuesdays here in Valpo, and on Mondays it's in Portage.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Letty.
Thank you.
Tony Stua, E911. This is a request to recognize April 10th, which was, last week, April 10th. Well, that's because we had to move our meeting. A request to recognize April 10th through April 16th, 2022 National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. So that's before the board.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries now.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And
Thanks,
thank you for
Tony.
the support you've had for 911. The TCs really appreciate the week. The entire county got together and really took care of them. So thank you on behalf of the telecommunicators.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Soil and Water Conservation District, there's Michelle. Thought I saw her here.
Well, usually I'm at a school, but
Yeah.
today I had a free day.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you, and you?
Good. This is a request to set up a display to celebrate soil stewardship from Monday, May 2nd through Friday, May 6th at the Administration Rotunda, which is out here in the lobby. Do you want to give us?
Motion to approve, but I'd love to hear.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit more
Well,
what
it's
you're
a
doing.
national celebration, soil stewardship at this time of the year. There are 3,000 conservation districts across the nation, and they set aside this special time of the year to recognize not only farmers, but really all of us that care for the soil, even in small gardens and with our various hobbies related to the environment. So, and I did bring a few gifts for you. This is our 70th year, so we're excited about that. And we have some historical highlights. There's a nice article about a Mr. Paul Good, who was our 1965 Farmer of the Year. He now lives in Mississippi.
Mississippi, yep.
Yes, and also an article about Grover Biggs, who was our first Conservation Farmer of the Year. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Blaney, but we didn't have
Families
anybody
let
for
you
you,
down.
but it just worked out
Sure.
there.
You're not looking hard enough. Look harder.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well,
You're there somewhere.
Yeah, the Shure family certainly has contributed a lot
Yeah.
in terms of conservation. So I brought you a little historical highlights and then a poster. This is actually a poster made from a photo from Porter County. And so it's not just Google photo or something like that. It is a real photograph. And I do want to introduce Jacob Tosh. He's our District Conservation Project Manager. He started the end of October, so he's relatively new, and
Great.
he's hit the ground running, keeping him busy.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right out of college?
Yes, basically.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're excited to have him.
All right, well, my motion to approve
And a
stands.
second?
Yep, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carries. Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks, Michelle, good to see you.
You as well.
Yeah.
I'll just leave this on the table so it's not in the way.
Okay.
Terrific, thanks.
Memorial Opera House, Scott McDonald. Good morning, Scott, again.
Oh, again.
What do we got here? Voice system, huh?
Yes, this is what we use Key Ledger to enter all of our record of payments in, and it's just our yearly renewal.
This been working out pretty good? You're
Yeah.
happy with voice?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the product that we have to use, and it works just fine.
Okay.
So,
Motion to
Way better
approve.
than it used to be.
yeah,
I asked.
yeah.
I don't hear any
Nope,
talk about
no
it
complaint.
anymore,
Yeah,
so no
okay.
news is
The
good
auditor's
news
office
on
is
that
great to help
front.
us out if we need it, so.
Key Ledger has always been the bane of existence. Second.
We have a motion and a second for voice systems for the Memorial Opera House. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. Thanks,
Great,
Scott.
Thank you.
Lee Childress, IT. What we got here for Lee is he's requesting to transfer funds. This is fund number 1,000, which is a general fund account 4510, data processing equipment, to account 3120, which is consultants in the amount of $10,000. Need to pay consultants for ongoing projects and assistance with issues beyond our scope of knowledge. This adjustment will be reflected in next year's budget. Any other things you'd like to add, Lee?
Covered it pretty well.
Well, you wrote it. So come on.
It is, it's just for ongoing consultancy.
Second.
Yeah. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor for the transfer signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries.
Yeah,
Thanks,
great
Lee.
day.
Yep.
Thank you.
Tracy Wood, Facilities. Is Tracy here? No. Yeah, she's here. I know we met, but I couldn't remember if I told you to come or not to come. I couldn't. Good. I'm glad you did. So what we have here, the first up is Mechanical Concepts. It's a proposal to replace and install sanitary sewer piping located in the parking lot at 157 Franklin in the amount of $33,750. Any comments or questions?
Did you have that in your budget?
No.
No?
It's never expected, no, but we are going to pay for it out of our existing budget now.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for a proposal to replace and install a sanitary sewer piping located in the parking lot area of 157 Franklin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. Just so everybody knows that in the sewer line that runs out to the city line, there was a flat spot in there that had been there for quite some time. Obviously, the building was empty for 15 years. So when everything started picking up and everybody moved in, that's sort of when we found out we had an aha moment. So this is to fix that aha moment. So that's what that's for. Videotech, we have a proposal to provide and install access control and electric locking hardware to 8 doors at the Valpo Courthouse and 1 door on the elevator at 157 Franklin in the amount of $35,104.70 or $124 per month for 60 months. And these are all access controls that you have to use by a card. The only way you can get in and around these buildings is by using this access control. There's no keys. And you'll have a digital record of every entry, every leaving, everything, so.
And it protects the 911 center.
And the 911 center, there's 2 elevators in that building, and this is the freight elevator that we can control access to as well, too. So it's just basically securing our judicial and our law and legal areas for more security and controls.
I would like,
to approve.
I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
would just like to say, on that one, the $124 per month, that was like a peace of mind maintenance. We are not accepting the $124 a month
Okay.
maintenance going forward. It will only be the $35,104.70.
Yeah, that's, as you know, I mean, that's roughly, what, $4,300 per lock. What's there now on these doors? Keys.
Yes, this will eliminate the key issue that we have at the courthouse, and then it'll eliminate the public being able to use that freight elevator going up to the prosecutor, probation, and 911 at the 157 building.
I hope they're damn good locks for $4,300 apiece. Second your motion, Laura. That's a lot of money for a lock.
Well, there's a lot of wiring.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
are
other stuff.
hardwired,
I
and
know.
it's badge access, so everyone, you know what I mean? It is secure.
It just seems high to me.
Technology.
Yeah, we've looked at going to more control access points, but this is one of the problems, is the cost of them.
And maybe it's because it's the courthouse and it's old infrastructure and trying to
They
get
are.
through it, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe that's it.
Yes.
I mean, the locks, if you hear about the key issue just at the courthouse, I mean, you got old skeleton keys that are 150 years old, and you're trying to get the lock to work, and judges don't feel comfortable with that. So I think it's time. So, right, Tracy? I mean,
Yes,
that's I know
absolutely.
you're, because we talked at our meeting, and you're
Yes.
getting, that's a real problem over there.
It is a security issue because there hasn't been a lot of records kept and keys returned for previous employers
Yeah,
and
it's-
things,
if-
so there's just no.
If that's not going on, it's time
Yeah,
to yank it.
that was the main issue.
Yep,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Thank you.
Did we vote on
You're
that?
welcome.
We voted on it, didn't we? Did we vote on that?
I don't
She started
remember.
to, but then I talked about
Yeah, that's
the-
right.
Made the motion.
So we have a motion and a second,
Yeah,
okay.
you seconded, but I don't think we voted.
Yeah, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carries. I should get my discussions there. Next up, we have 3 proposals for water treatment and water management at the following county buildings: Valpo Courthouse, Juvenile Detention Center, and the Portage Courthouse and Admin Building. HOH Water Technology, here's your quotes. Just so everybody's clear, this is not really to treat drinking water. These are for glycol systems that are in, so any building like this building here has a hot water system where there's water going through it. You have to put a glycol product in the line so it doesn't
It
mold,
eliminates corrosion.
and there's 2 of our systems that have never had this. One does. And so we decided in talking that we felt we needed to do this to protect, because if you don't protect that corrosion, then the pipes and everything start breaking down faster too.
Yeah, you start seeing it on the faucets in the bathrooms and.
Yep. So glycol is, this is more of a maintenance issue,
It is.
really, to get our systems and get our equipment breathing a little better. I think our low quote is HOH, right?
HOH.
And we use them currently, correct?
Currently at the Juvenile Detention Center.
Okay, so there's,
Motion to approve HOA.
Yep. I mean, it looks, my numbers look like.
well, that's
hydro management.
monthly.
The hydro management, is actually a little lower than the HOH Water Technology. Hydro Management, I tried to get some referrals for them, and I couldn't. So since we were currently using HOH, we felt more comfortable
Yeah,
continuing
we
with
should've.
them, even though they were a little bit higher than the Hydro Management.
No, that
Are
makes
you, are
sense.
you
I just
happy with
wanted to make sure.
HOH?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do their
Yes.
job? Okay. Mr. Chairman, I made a motion HOH, to approve HOH Water Technology at a monthly cost of $662.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy. We got through it. Highway Department, Jim Polaric. This is a request to transfer funds. This is Fund 1169 LRS from account 4420 motor vehicles to account 4540 other equipment in the amount of $20,000. This is to replace worn-out roadside mower on one of the tractors. Is that your tractors that you do the side of
Right,
the road?
we've got five, well, actually, we have 6 of them. One, the transmission's bad in, and it's 13 years old, and we can no longer get parts for it. This is one of our 2 Case IH mowers we have, and the deck and the boom and everything's so worn out that in the past, what would have happened is we would have bought a new tractor with the new mower and everything for about $130,000 or $140,000. There's nothing wrong with the tractor itself, so we can take that unit off and actually put like a hay mower on steroids for doing a roadside ditch. And it'd run off the 3-point and the hydraulics all in the tractor, so 2-3 minutes, we can drop it off, add another implement onto our tractor.
I remember when they used to do it with sickle mowers.
Yeah?
They just go down the road and put the sickle mower down and just cut it, and it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, those knives don't last very long.
Okay. So there you go.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the transfer of funds for highway. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank
Let's
you.
go get those roads mowed.
We'll get them mowed.
Yep. Next up, we got Bob Thompson, Development and Stormwater Management. This is, we'll let Bob talk about this one. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
What you got here? This is for an agreement?
It is. It's the agreement with the Willow Creek Road project, the extension project. This is a supplemental agreement here. We're keeping the same agreement and DES number for our project with the state and on TIPS. But what this does, the supplement adds in Phase 2 of the engineering for the Willow Creek Road extension. Phase 2 being the from State Road 130 down to 650 East. It includes the bridges that will go over State Road 130 and the 2 railroad tracks, and also the connecting road.
Okay. And this is probably a follow-up to us. Last week, we submitted, for the infrastructure bill, we submitted the Willow Creek Extension
Correct.
project as our project for the infrastructure bill, correct?
Correct, we did. That is into the Congressman's
So
office.
this is tied to the submission and everything else, too, that we're working
Correct.
on.
Should point out with this particular supplemental agreement, we do have 80-20 match on this already.
Oh.
Through NERC on that, so 80% of the funding of this will be coming into, from federal highway.
That even sounds better.
That does sound
I can
better
swallow that a lot
than
easier.
50%. We'll take that 80 all day long. It's usually 50.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for a supplemental agreement for engineering of Phase 2 of the Willow Creek Road project in the amount of $1,477,090. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. Oh, one quick thing. We were awarded this morning $1 million with CCMG. It came from NDOT this morning, when you guys were in the Stormwater Management Board meeting.
That's the full amount.
It's full amount, so I mean, we'll have $2 million of projects going out with $1 million match from the state.
Fantastic.
And
Thank
so
you.
Matt's going to start getting all of our prep ready and get ready to go. Okay.
Good.
Thanks, Bob.
Good news.
Next up, we have a request for permission to sell Vidalia onions. Okay, now you're talking. On the northeast corner of the county administration building, on Friday, May 6th, and Saturday, May 7th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., with backup rain dates of May 13th and 14th.
Where's John Miller when you need him?
Yeah, John usually is here, but
Motion to approve.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign, motion carries. You just wanted to put your order in, right?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. I'll have to walk down there. Freedom Fighters of Northwest Indiana, Kelly Zygowitz. She's here, come on up, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
What you got going on here?
We're having, or we'd like to have a Save Our Children rally on the courthouse, in front of the courthouse area on the 7th. But it sounds like there's going to be selling onions going on, so.
Well, I don't know, I think it's the day before.
Well, it's two different places too.
Oh.
One is the admin building, and I think you're
Okay.
asking for the courthouse.
Yes,
so.
okay, just
We-
checking.
We encourage you to bring cash with you and just walk around. the
Right.
Or
In case we want
get a
some onions.
referral thing going with them or something.
Right.
That is from May 7th from noon till 3 p.m.
Yes.
And, okay, so, and that's for awareness of the scourge of human trafficking hurting our nation and world.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the Freedom Fighters in Northwest Indiana to use the northeast and northwest corners of the courthouse grounds on Saturday, May 7th, from noon to 3 p.m. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carries. You're
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. And we're at the end of our meeting here. Anybody wishing to address this board? And with that, we stand in, yeah.
May I just say something? I apologize for not putting this on the agenda, but literally just moments before this meeting, I was in a meeting with representatives of the Auditor of State Office and the Department of Local Government Finance and officials from LaPorte County, and this is going to impact our county, so I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't
Is this
bring it up.
good news?
No, it's not. There was an error in LaPorte County with the calculation of homesteads, and the state determined and announced this morning that they would have to recertify all of the values in LaPorte County and reissue tax bills. Why are we impacted? There was no homestead error in our county. I want to emphasize that. But we are impacted because we are considered a cross-county jurisdiction with LaPorte County, as is St. Joseph County. We have a school district, Michigan City, that school system that also is in our county. So we have 3 taxing districts that are affected by the tax rates in LaPorte County. As a result, we will have to wait for the recertification in LaPorte County due to their error, and then we will have to reissue tax bills in Pine Township, Michigan City Schools, Beverly Shores, and the town of Pines. It is my hope that this does not in any way impact our settlement process, because our taxing units need to get their draws, including our county. And we will have to re-advertise our tax rate chart.
Well, it also probably,
For those
some
areas.
people have already paid their taxes, correct?
And that's fine, we will settle up in the fall after the tax bills are issued, but I just want to bring that to your attention in case you
Appreciate
hear
it.
from any taxpayers.
Thank you.
And this was not a Porter County issue, it was strictly with the values in LaPorte
Well, it's
County.
not really bad news. I mean, it's not good news for LaPorte, but it's not really bad news for us.
It's not good news for our taxpayers.
Several counties,
Could have been worse.
townships.
Well, we could end up with delayed distribution, right, overall, or just
Just for those
2
areas.
separate
good to go.
distributions?
I want one bag.
This morning, the discussion seemed that we're going to just have one distribution, just in the
30-day
June
delay.
and again in December.
30 days,
It'll go
30
as
days.
scheduled.
Okay, good.
But Vicki, just so I understand this, that will only affect the, say in this case, the Beverly Shores area that, and some of the Pines that share the Michigan City School District?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So other parts of Porter County have.
No.
affect
Basically,
you.
they're going to see a change in their tax rate. Right now, we have a tax rate for those 3 districts.
Okay.
Because they're going to recertify the values that are going to affect the Michigan City schools, there'll be a change in the tax rate.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to go up or down. No
So
one
if you're
knows
not in the
yet.
Michigan City School District boundaries, you have nothing to worry about.
Right.
Okay.
And with that, John Miller is here. So John, you may want to stay. I think there's people wanting to order Vidalia onions from you. But you're all approved for the same spot, and do you know, are they doing the fire department doing the flower things? Is that the same week, or is that the next week?
No, it's the same week, and that's my understanding, that's why they wanted to, that's why our the Shriners wanted to sell their onions. It's kind of a nice cooperative thing. People buy their plants and they come buy a bag on. Seems to work well.
Yep, thanks, John.
Thank you.
Yep. No, the Valpo Fire Department, they have nice baskets that they sell over here at the rink, the market. And I know I bought one last year, and they were very nice. Bought one for my mom, very nice. And it's a good cost, too, so. All right, with that, we stand in recess.